The midnight train to Stardust Valley. In a small town nestled between misty mountains, there was a peculiar train station that no one seemed to notice. It didn't appear on any maps, and its clock never moved. But if you were brave enough to visit the station at midnight, you'd find a train unlike any other, the Midnight Express to Stardust Valley. 12-year-old Ellie was the first to discover it. She loved exploring at night when the world was quiet and the stars seemed to whisper secrets. One chilly evening, while sneaking out with her flashlight, she stumbled upon the station. The air felt strange, like a mix of magic and adventure. The train stood there, gleaming under the moonlight. Its carriages sparkled with silver, and its wheels were encrusted with glowing blue crystals. A sign above the door read, "Board only if you dare to dream." Ellie's heart raced. "Dare to dream? That's me," she whispered. She stepped onto the train, and the doors slid shut with a soft whoosh. Inside, the train was unlike anything she'd ever seen. Each carriage was its own magical world. The first carriage was a library filled with floating books that whispered their stories. As Ellie stepped in, a book opened by itself and said, "Welcome, Ellie, are you ready for your adventure?" Before she could answer, a ticket floated down and landed in her hand. It read, "Destination, Stardust Valley. Mission, find the heart of the stars." "What's the heart of the stars?" Ellie asked. "You'll find out," the book replied with a wink before closing itself. As Ellie moved into the next carriage, the train suddenly began to move, its wheels humming a melody that sounded like the night sky itself. The second carriage was a garden where the flowers glowed in every color of the rainbow. Tiny fireflies with golden wings danced around her, whispering riddles. One of them landed on her shoulder and said, "Only those who solve the garden's riddle can move forward." The riddle was, "I shine bright in the night sky, I guide travelers far and wide. But when the sun rises, I fade. What am I?" Ellie thought for a moment and smiled. "A star." The fireflies cheered, and the garden bloomed even brighter. A golden key appeared in Ellie's hand. The third carriage was a deep, dark ocean. The moment Ellie stepped inside, she was surrounded by shimmering water, yet she could breathe perfectly. A giant sea turtle with eyes like sapphires swam up to her. "To reach Stardust Valley, you must pass the test of courage," the turtle said in a deep voice. Before Ellie could ask what the test was, the water around her began to stir. Shadows of enormous creatures swirled in the depths. Ellie's heart pounded. She had always been afraid of the unknown. But then she remembered her father's words. "Fear is just a door waiting to be opened." She closed her eyes, took a deep breath, and stepped forward. The shadows vanished, and the ocean turned into a glittering pathway of stars. "Courage unlocked," the turtle said, bowing as Ellie floated onward. Finally, Ellie reached the last carriage. It was empty except for a glowing crystal pedestal in the center. On it rested a small, pulsating light, the heart of the stars. Ellie approached it carefully. The light seemed alive, beating like a tiny heart. Suddenly, a voice echoed around her. To take the heart of the stars, you must give something in return. What do you offer? Ellie thought hard. I offer my dreams, she said softly. I dream of a world where everyone can find their own light, their own magic. I'll carry this magic back to my town and share it with everyone I meet. The light pulsed brighter, and the voice said, a noble dream. The heart of the stars is yours. The light floated into Ellie's hands, warm and comforting. In a flash, Ellie was back in her town, standing outside the train station. But the train was gone. All that remained was the glowing heart of the stars in her pocket. From that night on, Ellie became the storyteller of her town, sharing her magical adventure with everyone. And every time she told her story, a little piece of the heart's magic found its way into the listeners' hearts, inspiring them to dream again. Moral of the story: the greatest adventures begin with a dream, and courage can unlock the magic within us all.